Best places to visit in Italy. Italy is a country in southern Europe, known for its rich history, art, and delicious food. Its capital is Rome, home to famous landmarks like the Colosseum and Vatican City. Italy is famous for its beautiful landscapes, from mountains to beaches, and for being the birthplace of pasta and pizza. It has about 60 million people, and Italian is the official language. Italy is a popular tourist destination and a key member of the European Union. 1. Rome, a standard stop on many European vacation itineraries. Rome is not to be missed. Italy's capital city is a globally renowned cultural and historical powerhouse, boasting everything from ancient ruins and tranquil parks to Michelin-starred restaurants. Here you'll find the most important relic from the Roman Empire, the Colosseum, some of Michelangelo's greatest works in the Sistine Chapel, an 18th-century Baroque-style fountain, the Trevi Fountain, and, of course, the center of Catholicism, Vatican City. Other can't-miss tourist attractions in the Eternal City include the Pantheon, the Roman Forum, and St. Peter's Basilica, the world's largest church. 2. Florence. Situated in the scenic Tuscan Valley, Florence woos travelers with old-world avenues leading to lovely piazzas big and small. While you're soaking up the splendor, make sure to stop by the Piazza del Duomo, where the breathtaking Santa Maria del Fiore Cathedral is located, and the romantic Ponte Vecchio, a 14th-century bridge overlooking the Arno River. Once central to the Renaissance movement, Florence also offers art aficionados the opportunity to see famous pieces by Michelangelo and other iconic artists of that period. As a bonus, Florence is not too far from the Chianti wine region, which makes for a good day trip. 3. Venice. There are few places in the world that speak to one's imagination, as Venice does. Without any doubt, Venice is one of the must-see places in Italy. The entire city of Venice and its lagoon, with 118 small islands, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And when you see it, you'll understand why. The whole town is an architectural masterpiece. The best way to explore Venice is on foot, so prepare to walk a lot. Stroll the narrow streets, cross hundreds of bridges, and take the time to admire the details of medieval buildings and stunning Gothic palaces. You should also take a gondola ride. Not only does it give a very different perspective of the city, but it's also a real bucket list experience. Venice Canals and Venetian Gondola Ride, St. Mark's Square, St. Mark's Basilica and Doge's Palace, Grand Canal, Rialto Bridge, Bridge of Sighs, and the pedestrian waterfront promenade, Riva degli Schiavoni, Basilica di Santa Maria della Salute, and an excursion to the nearby islands of Burano and Murano. Libreria Acqua Alta, Campo San Polo, Jewish Ghetto, San Giorgio Maggiore Island, and many churches of Venice. Also La Fenice Opera House. One day is enough to see the main landmarks of Venice. Here's how to see the best of Venice in one day. If you make it a very long day, you can even take a short excursion to the nearby islands Murano, Burano, and Torcello. For a more relaxed experience, plan at least 2 days for all the sights in Venice and the nearby islands. 4. Cinque Terre. No list of the best places to visit in Italy would be complete without mentioning Cinque Terre. This coastal area is so scenic that it's hard to believe that it's real. Cinque Terre is the collective name of 5 picturesque hillside towns along the coast of the Italian Riviera in the Liguria region. The 5 Cinque Terre towns are Riomaggiore, Manarola, Corniglia, Vernazza, and Monterosso al Mare. These colorful towns are perched between the azure blue sea on one side and the steep hills dotted with vineyards on the other side. This means that you can't easily get to Cinque Terre by car, and the best way to visit is by boat, by train, or by hiking the Cinque Terre Trail between the villages. For more practical information, please check our travel tips for visiting Cinque Terre da Manarola, Vernazza, and Riomaggiore, Corniglia, and Monterosso al Mare. Also, the nearby Porto Venere and the Gulf of Poets are well worth your time. You can see the best of Cinque Terre in one day, also as a day tour from Florence. If you want to explore deeper and also see some of the stunning coastal areas nearby, plan 2 to 3 days here. 5. Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast in the Campania region is another popular tourist destination in Italy. This area stretches between Sorrento and Salerno and has some of the most beautiful coastal landscapes in Italy. The rugged coastline is dotted with colorful fishing villages and small beaches. It looks like a real-life painting. The Amalfi Coast is also a very popular vacation destination. The main attractions of this area are the coastal towns of Positano, Amalfi, and Ravello. But also Sorrento and Naples are must-see, just like the famous Mount Vesuvius volcano. The nearby Capri Island with the famous Blue Grotto and charming Anacapri should also be on your list. Nature and outdoor enthusiasts will love the coastal hike Path of the Gods. Nearby you'll also find the ruins of Pompeii, the ancient city that was buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. It's one of the most interesting places to visit for those who would like to learn more about Roman times. Scenic drive along the Amalfi Coast and its three main towns, Positano, Amalfi, and Ravello, can also be visited with a day tour. Also, Pompeii is among the top sites in Italy, Capri Island and the Blue Grotto. Sorrento, Herculaneum, Mount Vesuvius, and the Path of the Gods hike. One day is enough to get a taste of what the Amalfi Coast is about. If you have 2 days, you can also visit Capri. Or you can also spend a week or two here and never get bored. If you want to explore all the main highlights of the Amalfi Coast at a leisurely pace, we recommend at least 3 to 5 days in the area. Here you can find our guide on where to stay on the Amalfi Coast, and here is our guide to the best areas to stay in Naples. 6. Sicily. Sicily is not only the largest island of Italy, but also of the whole Mediterranean region. The island has nice beaches and breathtaking scenery, and it's also very rich in history. You can even find ancient temples dating to the 5th-6th centuries BC. Don't miss Agrigento's Valley of the Temples. One of the main attractions of the island is Mount Etna, Europe's largest and most active volcano. You can visit the volcano with various tours, by jeep, hiking, etc. Sicily is also a great region for foodies, as it has its own distinct cuisine. Sicilian food has been influenced a lot by its history, and you'll find dishes influenced by French, Greek, Arabic, and North African cuisines. Different regions within Sicily can have very different food as well. If you'd like to get to know more about Sicilian food and taste a big variety of it, you may want to consider a local food tour. There are some really good tours in all the bigger towns. 7. Sardinia. Just a little bit smaller than Sicily, Sardinia is also a big island that is a good vacation destination in itself. It has some nice places for sightseeing, but it's also a popular vacation island with azure blue waters, rugged coastlines, and dreamy white sand beaches. It's a great place to experience the Italian dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. If you are looking for a more active holiday, you'll find plenty to see and do as well. The island interior is mountainous, and there are some nice hiking trails here. There are also nice little towns, archaeological sites, and little islands to visit. Sardinia is very different from the rest of Italy, with its own unique culture and food. It offers a lot of diversity in activities, sights, and sceneries, and so it's a great vacation destination for those who want to combine a beach holiday with some sightseeing. Costa Smeralda and its La Maddalena archipelago. Nuraghi, fortress-like tower ruins shaped like beehives. One of the oldest nuraghi, 1500 BC, is Su Nuraxi in Barumini, Cagliari Alghero, and countless beaches. You can see some of the main highlights of Sardinia in 2 to 3 days, but it would be a pity to fly to this island just to tick the box on your Italy bucket list. If you are looking for a more relaxing vacation and want to enjoy the beautiful beaches, you can easily spend a few weeks here. 8. Capri. For centuries, this small island off the coast of southern Italy has attracted plenty of famous faces, from emperors to movie stars, due to its gorgeous scenery. Some of Capri's most amazing sights are best seen by boat, including the Faraglioni rock formations and the Blue Grotto, where sunlight turns the water into an unbelievably vivid shade of blue. On land, the gardens of Augustus and Villa Jovis, an imperial palace, also provide spectacular views. Meanwhile, in the town center, visitors will find high-end shops and restaurants where they can relax after a long day of sightseeing. 9. Lake Como. Lake Como, just north of Milan, is another stunning lake that also deserves to be on any list of the best of Italy. It's a place loved by the rich and the famous, and you'll find some grand villas dotting the shores of this lake. Lake Como is set at the foot of the Alps, just near the border with Switzerland. Many places here have been used as filming locations for countless Hollywood movies. When you'll see the scenery, you'll understand why. Como Lake is not as big as Lake Garda, but it's quite long and has a very unique shape that looks like an upside-down letter Y. The roads around the lake aren't very wide, and it would take you a good part of the day to drive all around it. Instead, you can take a boat and easily explore the most interesting places in a day or two. There are also car ferries around the middle point of the lake, so you can easily explore the best places by car. Just beware that parking is very problematic. The main town in this area is Como, located at the south end of the lake. Here you can also take a funicular to the mountain town of Brunete for stunning views of the surroundings. Other nice towns to visit are Bellagio, Immerse, Verona, and Cernobbio, but the main attraction of Lake Como are its gardens and villas. 10. Milan. If easygoing Italy is what you're looking for, book a vacation in Tuscany or Sicily. Milan, like New York City or London, is go 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 home to Italy's stock exchange and fashion week, plus a hot nightlife. Milan is very much like many other major international cities. Still, there are subtle differences. For one, calcio, soccer. The city goes crazy for it, especially at San Siro Stadium. Milan also contains some awe-inspiring examples of Italian art and architecture, from the Last Supper mural to the magnificent Duomo. And it has creative genius, from its inventive furniture makers to its fashion design. So if you want to shop and party till you drop, enjoy some cultural masterworks and nosh on Italian treats, from cappuccino and biscotti to sparkling wines and risottos, Milano is the place for you. History. Italy has a long and rich history. It was the center of the powerful Roman Empire, which ruled much of the world around 2,000 years ago. After the empire fell, Italy was divided into small city-states like Venice and Florence during the Middle Ages. In the 14th century, Italy became the birthplace of the Renaissance, a time of great art, science, and cultural achievements. Famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo came from this period. Italy was finally united as a country in 1861, after years of being divided. In the 20th century, it was involved in both world wars and became a republic in 1946. Today, Italy is a modern country, known for its history, culture, and influence in the world.